Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a July reading wrap up. I am finally, dare I say, out of my year-long reading slump. I only read 6 books this month, but it's one of the best reading months I've had in a while in quantity and in quality and just in like overall enjoyment. So I'm very happy to be presenting you this video. Also, this should break my like little YouTube hiatus. Hiatus? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Anyways, first book I read this month, The Maid. This is a cozy murder mystery thriller about this hotel maid who stumbles upon a dead body and then is accused of having something to do with the murder. She has a hard time with social interactions, social cues, so it definitely gives the book a different feel. I rated this a 2 stars. It was a very easy read in the sense that I felt like things were flowing very well, but I felt like for what it was in the very end, for the reveal, the boredom and kind of the repetitive nature of the writing style, I forgot what I was saying. It wasn't worth it, is what I'm saying. It was cool and intriguing that she was kind of a different narrator, protagonist, but the way it was written, sometimes it was a little bit tiring because you got certain things before she got them. And so it's like, whenever there were like little tiny reveals leading up to the big reveals, you were like, well, I've known this. I just felt like the ending was so disappointing and didn't make the journey to get there worth it. Oh, jump scare. I just saw a book that I absolutely hated. Then I read another thriller mystery, Rock, Paper, Scissors. I've been meaning to read one of her books for a little while now. I'm a big fan of Sarah Curley, and this is one of her favorite books of all time. I trust her opinion when it comes to thrillers, and I was like, I just cannot wait to see what this book is about. I think, okay. Let me tell you what it's about first. It's about this married couple. They've been struggling for a little while, and so they decide to go on this little escape in a chapel in the middle of nowhere to kind of give themselves one last shot at making their marriage work. It's like their one desperate attempt. This is what it says on the back of the book. Only one of them is gonna leave the vacation, and someone doesn't want them to work out. So it's like just weird vibes, and from the very beginning you understand that they both have something to hide. It's dual POV, which was fun, and it's just weird creepy vibes. I buddy read this with my friend and we just had a grand old time because it was fucking creepy. Honestly, I thought the reveal was kind of cool and fun. I kind of ruined it for myself because I wanted to like be so mind blown that I kept guessing what was gonna happen, and I kind of figured like half of it, but like that's my fault. And honestly, I'm rating it to 3.5 stars. I don't know, something was missing for me. I just wish it would have been something different, but it still was good. Afterwards, I read 7 Exes, which is a chick lit rom-com-y book about this woman nearing 30. She's sick of dating. It's not going well when she finds this magazine talking about how in one's life you're supposed to have 7 big exes, and one of them is supposed to be the one. And so you have different like stereotypical exes, and she's like, wait a minute, I've had all of these big 7 exes, which one of them is the one? And so Girly Puff goes to each and every single one of them. The story is about friendship and this idea of like constantly figuring your life out. I rated it 3 stars. I felt like it was fun. I needed a comforting, cute little read with just good vibes. I love the cover. It's what got me. It just felt like it could have been shorter. Some parts were just kind of weird. There was like this weird metaphor about a toilet all throughout the book, and I was just like, it's not hitting for me. That's like 1 star down. The friendships in here kind of were weird. I don't know, could have been explored in a different way, a little bit better. They kind of pissed me off at times, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it. I read it in 1 day. Now, this is where I literally lost my mind. I started the Scarlet Princess series. Now, this is a fantasy series. It's enemies to lovers. It's YA, I think. I'm not really sure. I think it's YA. It could be seen as new adult. Not that spicy at all. It's about this princess who gets caught on enemy land and then is forced to stay there, and it's just a bit of the politics that go into it, and obviously we have a love And then obviously we also have a little bit of a love story. I rated the first one 2 stars. You are given these little crumbs from almost the very beginning telling you that things are gonna get better. And it's so sad to say, but in my opinion, you kind of have to tough through the first book. Even the little things you're gonna see I still didn't like in the later books, I felt were just fully unbearable in the first book. I felt like there wasn't that much dialogue, and sometimes the dialogue was kind of cringy, but like they had these really good moments, these good, funny, clever moments, and I was like, I want more dialogue and less internal dialogue, because the internal dialogue from the main character I felt like was very repetitive, very just weird, pick-me, cringy. I just, no. And then just like the main plot lines, I was just like, no, I can't deal with it. But then it ends on a cliffhanger that just is delicious, honestly, which made me run towards the second book, which is called Tarnished Crown. And that one I rated 4 stars. It's just a follow-up of the first book, but like things, I ate it up. Did I say I rated it 4 stars? I was giggling, I was kicking my feet. I felt like it was just so much better than the first one. Not only with the plot line, the writing style, we had more dialogue, less internal dialogue, less repetitiveness, still a little bit cringy at times, but just excellent in so many different ways. And I ate it up. I was just so happy. I loved it. Then I read the third one. It's a 4-book series, Crimson Kingdom. I love that one as well. I feel like this series could have been a trilogy. Towards the end, I was like, no, I don't want another book. And also like the funnest part of an enemies to lovers is the enemies part. You know what I mean? Make of that what you will. 3 stars for that last one. Last book I read this month is actually a DNF. It's How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. The cover is gorgeous and funny. The title is fucking great, if I do say so myself, but the book was awful. I read this book all throughout of July and I wasn't able to finish it. I got 70% in and I just had to stop. It was getting overly ridiculous, but like in the worst way possible. I want to know how it ends, but I'm not willing to put myself through the last 30%. It's just, guys, I can't. I literally can't. It is about this woman who starts, you know, just killing men that don't deserve it, but are doing bad things. But it's like the way she goes about it is just kind of weird. And then there's these like weird plot lines, and she's an influencer and she has a stalker and she's just so unlikable, and she judges everyone for being shallow, but she's like, she's an influencer. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was so hard to get through. The writing style, I couldn't. The dialogue, I couldn't. I feel like I read it. I feel like I put the labor and the work in to read it. 70%, I'm counting it as a read. It's so bad that I wish I could give you a 0, but that's not possible, so I give you a 1. But yeah, that's it for the books I read in July. Thank you for watching. I feel like I've been saying this everywhere recently, but I am more active on TikTok. I don't always post book content, but that's kind of where you can keep up. I also have my Bookstagram. It's always linked down below. So if I disappear off of the face of the earth again, you know where to find me. On this note, happy August. I cannot believe it. Do you guys like my shirt? Anyways, I'm done babbling. Happy August. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Or night.